Book on the crossover, gets inside and hammers it down. Suns, Booker for the win. Yes! Richardson up ahead, look out. Amari's got him up. Booker, this is for the win.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome as I grab my microphone to the Valley Podcast. Suns just keep on chugging. They keep taking care of business, and that's what they did tonight. Give us a little bit of a scare as they normally do, but they handle their business. And I think that they said it perfectly on the broadcast. The Suns have just figured out the winning formula of how to end up on top at the end of these games. Whereas seasons prior, weren't we always the team that ended up on the bottom? You know, we were. Did you guys see the end of Coach? Did you see the end of the Detroit and who was it last night? The Clippers game?
No, I did not see the
Oh
end.
my gosh, dude. They fumbled it away. They were up by like 4 or 5 points with like 13 seconds. That used to be us. This is us now. We've got Chris Paul. We've got Book. We've got Ayton hitting mid-ranges. Salty, talk to me about Ayton tonight. I want to hear from you about Ayton.
All right. So first of all, I got to let you know my journey today. All right. So I got the vaccination today, my first one. Right. We did the Saltiest Gaming podcast. That was at 8 p.m. Eastern. I watched the game, and then I'm here doing another podcast. Call me King Podcast. I don't know what you want to call me.
I was going to say Daddy Podcast.
I guess. Call me crazy, I guess, man. Shit. But we're here, man. I caught the whole game. It was fantastic. Kind of lack of defense, but we won't get on that quite yet. But DeAndre Ayton, man, just looks like a man reborn. I think it's awesome that the Suns have they're called the Phoenix Suns, because if you guys know what a phoenix is, it rises from the ashes, right? This is a great analogy for DeAndre Ayton, because Phoenix Suns fans across the board were pissed off at DeAndre Ayton, ready to trade him or potentially trade him because he just wasn't doing his thing. But man, he's like a phoenix reborn, just as confident as can be. Like I said, that quote the other night when we did the podcast, he's just confident. It just screams confidence. The team's confident in him, in the passes they give him. He's beasting, man. That's all I could say is beast for DeAndre Ayton.
Coach, anything you want to start other than on DeAndre?
Ayton killed it, man. He did so good tonight. He was the one getting us points in clutch time, you know? And the thing that stood out to me was how many offensive rebounds we were getting. We ended up with 10 offensive rebounds to their 4. And I'm curious to see what the second chance points are. It doesn't show it in the ESPN box score. So if anybody can get that, I'm curious of what our second chance points. Maybe it's on the Gamecast or something. But it just seemed like down the stretch, everything we were doing, we were missing, but then getting another opportunity, and that's when we would score. And DeAndre Ayton got the ball with like a minute 37, maybe it was 2:37. And a smaller guy was on him, a little bit past the block. He just faced up and took one little jab and just went up with it, and just went up by 6 or 8 by that point. But that's what we've been wanting. You've been wanting to get him more. You want 15 shots. I think at this point that is definitely legit. And he only had 11 tonight, but he was 10 of 11, 6 of 6 from free throw, ended up with 26 points. And I didn't think he was going to get the 10 rebounds. And then he got another offensive rebound and a defensive rebound consecutively. And he got his double-double. 30 out of, 45 games that 55 games that we play. 30 double-doubles out of 55 games.
Man, tonight what stood out to me is the feel of what it feels like when he leaves. Like when he comes out of the game, I feel like we notice his absence in a way that we didn't notice his absence before. Before he'd leave and it's like, hey, look at Dario coming in and picking up where Ayton's slacking. Now it's like, can we please get DA in? please.
Yeah.
Like so I was just thinking, you remember just maybe a month and a half ago when he was regularly pulling DNPs, couldn't get him in the fourth quarter. What a difference maker he is now, and how different it feels that he's not pulling DNPs. He is the man in the fourth. He's the guy you can't wait to see him coming in to finish it off.
Okay. I'm gonna pump your brakes there. Just because we haven't played anybody like
I've been
super
feeling
legit
that
recently with him. But I know. But it's all about his body language. You called it. I called it right when it happened. The game. It wasn't but 10, 12 games ago or something like that, where something just clicked in him, man. And once that clicked, he's been the number one pick, right?
Well, he's been playing like a number one pick, but I can't say he's playing like the number one pick of that specific draft. But I know what you mean. He is playing like a number one pick. Absolutely, I agree. Salty.
I have a great analogy or story. I don't know. It's about the Suns' chances for a title or trying to go for a title. Because Stephen A. Smith was talking about the Suns' chances. He was like bullish on them. I sent that clip out. I tweeted it on Twitter. I put it out there for people to take a look at. They're going back and forth, and they're talking about how the Suns are legitimate title contenders, and then Stephen A. kind of walked it back, and he's saying they're missing something, and that something was experience. And then on Gambo and Burns, they were talking about it, and I forgot who said something about it. It was the ex GM of the Nets. So when they traded for Jason Kidd,
Marks,
what's up? Is that his name?
Bobby Marks, yeah.
So anyway, they went to the title, right? 2 times, and they went over their team. It was the perfect comparison to this team because the players on their team, they were all like rookies, second-year players. Kittles was like a fourth-year player, had 1 year of playoff experience. Jason Kidd was like in his 7th year. I think the oldest guy on their team was 8-year veteran, and there was just one guy that did that. So they went to the title game twice. They got swept by Kobe and Shaq the first time, and they lost in 6 to the Spurs. But the point is what this guy said, this Bobby Marks guy. He said there's not a team that has Kobe and Shaq on it, you know? So he was actually bullish on the Suns' chances to get a title regardless of their age, is because of just how they're rolling, and people that say that experience is going to be the factor that keeps them out they don't know how it works, and they can't use that as an excuse. Anyway, it's a great comparison. A lot of people won't even remember that because they weren't born back then. You know,
right.
It's been so long. But
you and I do. That was the Starberry for Jason Kidd trade, man. And the very next year, Jason Kidd balls out of his damn mind and gets MVP or gets close to it. I think actually that was AI that got the MVP that year.
Yeah, but Kidd went to that team, changed it completely around. They went to the finals. Just remember that team wasn't Kmart on that team. Kmart,
Kenyon Martin, Kittles, Keith Van Horn, Sweet Man Porn. Lucius Harris. Richard Jefferson as a rook. Yeah. They're old. I'm looking at the roster. Their oldest player was Lucius Harris, an 8th-year vet. Lucius Harris, and then Jason Kidd was a 7-year vet. Everybody else was way younger. Yeah.
And that following year, they picked up Dikembe Mutombo and someone else. Who else was it? Rodney Rogers, maybe.
Yo.
So anyway, they lost, and then they picked up some vets.
Did you guys notice how the only problems Ayton had really was with Whiteside? But like, I felt like they were letting Whiteside put his hands all over Ayton.
Whiteside's a beast, man. I wouldn't he look awesome on the bench for the Suns? I was just thinking about that, but
yeah, he would look awesome on the bench. You're right, and he's definitely a bench player. Like they treat him like the third man off the bench. What was that, bro? Like he is huge. I don't understand how he doesn't get to play more, and I certainly don't understand how the Kings are on a 9-game losing streak.
Yeah, I don't. So remember rewind all the way back to the beginning of the season, Gabe. You remember that? Do you remember how the Suns were playing the Kings? It was in one of the first 5 games, I believe. They did a back-to-back with them. So they beat us on the first night of a back-to-back, and then I was like, wow, this Kings team, man. They're legit, all right? They're put. I like the way they looked, talented. Got Fox, De'Aaron Fox. You talk shit about their shooting guard, right? You said you don't like him. You don't like Buddy.
Well, I don't know. I just resent the fact that they used to put Booker and Hield in the same class. That just always made like the way Jordan in The Last Dance talked about how he had a special hatred for Drexler, for Clyde Drexler, because they were trying to say that they were like each other. I just never liked Hield because they were trying to say that he was just as good as Booker. And I took that personal.
They do that all the time still with comparisons. Like, people are dumb, man. Honestly, like, start comparing people to the people that they shouldn't. But anyway, Buddy Hield is talented, but not for the contract he got. I think the number one factor with the Kings is their coach. We talked about him, right?
He's so pooey.
He's not a good coach. He proved that multiple times. He rode the success of the Warriors to getting a coaching job, and he's just not that guy. But you guys remember when the Suns were trying to look for a coach and his name popped up? My God, dodged a bullet like the Matrix.
Terrified. Yeah, I was terrified that we were going to get him. We are so lucky that we got Monty. For any of the flaws that Monty has, I will just accept him, because I will accept those flaws, because you look at like a team like the Blazers and what they're dealing with their coach, with Terry Stotts. We're not in that position. We're not in a position. Like I said, I was watching that Detroit Pistons game. Coach, weren't you kind of talking crap on what's his name? Dwayne Casey?
Dwayne Casey, yeah.
You're right.
He's not that good.
He's a shitty coach. They were up.
He's got a shitty team in his defense.
Yeah, but okay. But I would think that a good enough coach, a half decent coach, could schedule a play just to get the ball. They couldn't get the ball inbounded on like 3 consecutive plays. He couldn't draw something up to help them get the ball in. So we don't have that. We don't have this cuck over here, coaching for the Kings. Thank God.
Didn't the Lakers officially lose? They were down big time before we jumped on.
Please,
121 to 113. So they lost, and I'm kind of my spirit's a little dampened right now. I'm really happy about this win. We're 40-15, and that's all wonderful and great. But then an hour before tip off, I see a tweet by Hoop Central saying that AD is cleared for full 5-on-5 full contact practice, and he's ready to go. Now it gets real, man. Now it starts.
I can't wait. Real. I can't wait.
I can't either.
DA versus AD. This DA, this defensive monster. I love DA's defense right now. And I just think about Pascal Siakam. I saw that highlight today of when DA won us the game with that block. I'm talking about versus the Raptors, right? Mm-hmm. Siakam threw his weight and a forearm into DA. DA barely bounced off like he was in Super Saiyan mode, immediately jumped and beat that shit. That's Pascal, bro. Pascal's not a slouch. I just see the same sort of dynamic of the way AD is going to go at him, maybe even softer than Pascal was going at him. Do you think AD is going to eat up DA? You do?
I think AD eats up about 95% of everybody that he plays. I mean, who stops AD? Who stopped him last year? Who stopped him this year? Dude, he's a beast, man. Don't forget that, and don't slouch on it because he's out. We were always wondering what kind of shape all of our guys are going to be in when they come back from injury, but we have a really good NBA health guys and doctors on our bench, and every single time our guys came back, dude, they were ready to go. So to think anything less of another NBA team, much less a franchise that has multiple championships, I think we're fooling ourselves.
Coach, Blazers Uprise, and Salty, you can take this too. They're saying y'all want AD to be healthy because you don't want them to fall to the 7th. That's a good point.
Yeah, I was actually going to bring them up. Shout out to Blazers Uprise. A great point. You don't want the LA Lakers falling anymore.
Well,
It's going to be a nightmare for anybody that plays them in the first round. But at the same time, we were talking about this from the jump, right? In order to be the best, you got to beat the best. So in essence, you don't want any asterisks by your name if you end up getting through the playoffs and you win the championship, right? Like the Mickey Mouse championship that LA has, quote unquote, for the bubble championship. So I don't know at this point. If you look at AD and LeBron, it's just like the GM said, they're not Kobe and Shaq. They're not this force that's unstoppable. You know, they are beatable as a team. Because like when you're playing against Kobe and Shaq in their prime, that was just like, all right, fold them up. Or the Warriors when they had that super team with KD and everybody, that was just like, hey, hand them the championship at this point, barring injuries. Right. I know LeBron did his best Superman impression and they ended up beating him, but there was asterisks by that as well. But you just got to go at it. And honestly, I think they're beatable. Now, are they going to be a problem? Yes. I would want to face them in the Western Conference Finals if things worked out, hopefully. But you know, 80's been out. How long? How many weeks has he been out? He's not going to be in shape because he hasn't been able to run because it's an injury to his leg, to his Achilles. So it's going to take him time to get back into shape. You got to take all this into account. It's still not, you know, they're going to let him play, but with that injury, it's you still that injury is tough, man. And honestly, I don't know, like, because KD came back from a similar injury and then just blew it out, and then he was out for a hell of a long time. So they better be sure he's 100%. And you're never 100% sure when it comes to health things like this, but I don't know. It's gonna be interesting.
I said it 2 days ago. We Suns fans should secretly be rooting for the Lakers to win. Here we are. Exactly this position, and the Clippers are 2 games behind us, and then you got pull up the standings real quick because it's getting really interesting with how seeding is. We have 17 games left, and we need to play our best basketball the last 10 to 15 games, and we're right in that stretch right now, and we're seeing that we're just winning games. We have the right winning combination. So here it is. Lakers are 2 games ahead of the Blazers for the 6th seed. I would love to see a Clippers-Lakers first round, though, you guys.
Oh, my God.
How beautiful would that
be? Please.
So,
but you don't think that – I mean, the Clippers are ascending right now. They're not going to swap with Denver.
I mean, we keep winning. I mean, if we keep handling our business and Jazz – I mean – dude, so many things can happen. It's crazy. So many things are up in the air right now. And every single day I'm scoreboard watching. Are you guys scoreboard watching every day now? Like once it hits 5 o'clock, I'm like, all right, what games are starting? I'll check it at 7.
Yeah.
I'll check it at 7:30 before the game.
I actually sat down and watched a Clippers game last night. I watched the majority of the second half, all just thinking about is this team really going to lose and help our standings? Absolutely.
What's it like to not have kids and be able to do those things? That's crazy.
Not going to lie, it's pretty nice, bro.
Salty, when was the last time you watched a random sporting event that wasn't like the Super Bowl or something that did not involve an Arizona team?
Never. I can't remember, dude.
It's honestly been probably college football 2 years ago for me because college football is my favorite sport. But
those Memphis Grizzlies at the 8th seed, man, I'm telling you. They're getting
Jackson coming back.
They're getting their big man. They're a matchup problem with us. I'm not excited about that team.
And there goes San Antonio all of a sudden slipping back. They were at the 7th or 6th seed. And I was like, I'm telling you,
I wouldn't be surprised if they fall all the way out of the playing game and New Orleans pops up into that 10th spot.
Yeah. That's what I thought was going to happen. I think New Orleans is going to make it somehow. So you got Dallas, Memphis, Golden State, and New Orleans. That's a really interesting play-in group of teams there.
Yeah. That's going to be nuts.
Burner
dude.
made a good point up here, okay?
What?
He says, at least tonight we found out who the better rookie is. sticks.
Oh,
Halliburton.
man. If we had Hallie.
We're
already
about your
we're
boy Halliburton.
gonna get in on this shit.
Yeah,
You
man.
gotta.
Campaign would not be playing at all if we had Hallie. Let's
Bro,
call
like,
it like it is.
his shot looks fucking weird to me, dude.
Ugly.
It looks stupid. And it's smooth as shit. It's so
It looked
smooth.
when I saw him shoot, it was like a last minute shot. I thought he was just rushing the shot. And I was like, oh, that's his natural shot.
No, that's how this
That's the way
motherfucker
it
shoots.
It looks stiff as fuck when he shoots, dude.
Would you trust him to shoot or a Sean Marion shot?
His
him?
shot looks
Sean
more
Marion.
natural than
Sean Marion was weird, like
Yeah.
never before seen. That's why he's called the Matrix, because it looks like he's in the Matrix shooting. You know what I'm saying?
I just think it's important that we all remember that if
Bro.
Halliburton was on our team, he wouldn't be getting any. He would be. You would know as much about Halliburton's game as you know about Tyshawn Alexander's game.
I don't know about that.
No.
Yes.
You ever
No
heard that?
way.
You ever heard that term? Cream rises to the top.
I have definitely heard that. I get it, but
So you don't think our coach would play the best man? Is what you're saying?
I think he wouldn't be beating. I don't think
dude,
he's further ahead of Campaign.
With
and Javon.
I would. He's a rookie. I would immediately take him because he's a rookie and shows as much potential, if not more. I would immediately play him more.
It's just, I think that it's another one of these cognitive dissonance things. So you didn't draft this guy, so you want him to. You want to explain it away in your mind. You know, that's what's happening in Gabe's mind right now.
I can easily explain it away. I mean, I guess if you guys are of the belief, then that's a different story. You guys are of the belief that if he was on our team, he would have worked his way into the rotation. I don't know. It's just hard for me to believe.
With the way Monty played and messed with all the roster combinations, he would have gotten a shot. And if he would have played like he did tonight,
yeah.
I don't think he would have ever given it back, man.
Tyshawn's not getting any chances. He's not.
He's
never
not as good
Tyshawn's
as
not
Hallie.
Halliburton, dude.
No,
he's not.
How would you know? How would you know how good Halliburton is until you see it in a game?
True.
We turned
lawyer
Etwan
over
Moore.
here.
We turned to Etwan Moore for a while.
Doesn't that show?
Still didn't give Tyshawn a look.
Okay, so if Tyshawn gets traded next year, so you were high on Jalen LeCue though, and where's Jalen LeCue? He already got ousted out of OKC.
We already know what.
Come on, man.
Gabe's track record is.
Person.
All right, so Gabe likes
on
one of
LeCue.
these players. It's like fucking mid as fuck. He's just a mid player, dude. Halliburton is in that top 25, under 25 already, my dog. Like,
you'd love
he's
that
legit.
list. You
I
go to
talk
bed
about
at
it.
night like with that list under your pillow. I swear.
Hey.
What?
We are the first team to 40 wins.
Props, dude. Shit.
How about that?
Let's get it. That 40 and 15 hits different, don't it?
Oh
That
no,
round number?
Utah's 41 on reaching. Why did he say being the first team to reach 40 wins? What a stupid ass tweet now. Now I feel stupid.
Oh
for
shit!
believing that
Who
shit.
put that out?
Dave King. He's even got a check mark and everything.
Ooh.
All right, so flexed for no reason. God damn it. L's in the chat. F's in the chat. So, yeah, Kiz brought up that we could lose the next like 30 games or something and still be above 500. What was it? 20? I don't know what it is. It's crazy. It's above 500.
Well, our number now is 5.
To get into the playoffs or to keep that
to clinch the playoffs, our number is 5.
What's our number to clinch?
We're past
home
that.
court advantage.
I don't know, man, because that's still where my damn mind is. I still feel like we're the Phoenix Suns and we're gonna blow everything somehow. I'm sorry.
There's no number to clinch that right now. Everything's
Coach,
too close.
Everything's up in the air.
The chat has lost all respect for you. All right.
Oh, it ain't the first time.
After that fake Woj bomb.
Fake? What are you talking about? Fake Woj bomb.
That was a fake Woj bomb that he just dropped on us, and the chat doesn't love you anymore.
Oh,
You're
that's
gonna have
fine.
to, you're gonna have to make it up to him.
I don't need to make up shit. I'm here after every game unless I'm not sick.
All right.
Fake Woj bomb.
If you guys don't have anything else
Dave
to go
King.
on, I want to talk about the man, the myth, the sneaky legend, Torrey Craig.
I thought you were going to talk about your boy. I was going to say take off your hat before you say his name.
Torrey Craig.
We do need to talk about Torrey Craig.
Big game. Look, Nader might as well just pack his bags, bro. He's never getting on the court.
Who's
again.
Nader?
Exactly.
I never heard of him before.
Exactly. Coach probably hopes that Nader gets COVID again. Okay, so he has a good excuse to not put him in.
Oh,
want to be one of them rare people that catches COVID twice.
They should just cut him. Shit, be done with it.
So who do you trust if you had this person open? Doesn't matter if it's a corner, top of the key three. If you had to choose between Dario Saric, Cameron Payne, or Torrey Craig, it's a wide open three. Their guy, it was whatever the hell happened. It's a wide open three. Who would you trust to shoot that, Salty? Payne, Saric, or Craig?
Wait, you said all right. So it's
an open shot, not a hand in the face.
Payne's pretty good. It would not be Saric, I'll tell you that.
For me, it's Payne too. I go Payne.
Yeah, Payne.
Man, I go Torrey Craig, dude. Every time he shoots, I just feel like it's gonna go in. Man, he's got a touch.
All right, I'm glad you said that because now I can weasel in my question that I wanted to ask you guys. All right,
Torrey's a girl's name.
don't go too hard on me for asking this question. All right, this might be out there. I don't know, and I'm not suggesting anything when I ask this question. This is just a question. I'm really curious as to how you guys think.
I think I know what you're gonna say.
I'm not saying
put Torrey Craig in the starting lineup. Don't
no,
say that.
no.
Oh, that's what I thought it was going to be.
No.
He's changing it up right now. He's like in
Let me
panic
think
mode.
of a new question real quick. No, I swear to God, that's not what I'm about to ask. I swear, I have it written down here. I can prove it. Okay. Is Torrey Craig just as valuable? Or do you think he's close in value to the Suns as Crowder?
No.
The way he's been playing lately, like the last 5 games.
I'll show you why he's not valuable. I got about 8 million reasons why he's not as valuable.
Okay.
We're paying Crowder to do more. So
I mean, but so Crowder comes out and hits 8 for 9 threes and has a great game. But then tonight, his three's pretty much gone. Kind of like Mikal kind of waxes and wanes. I'm just wondering I'm just feeling like Torrey Craig has been our glue guy, and that's Crowder's job. And Crowder's a glue guy too. But I almost feel like we have 2 Crowders, one big Crowder, one little Crowder.
But I think you're discounting everything else that Crowder brings, his veteran leadership, his presence just on the court, his voice, and
that's fair.
And what it means, as well as his passing is far beyond Torrey Craig. Defense, I could give it to Torrey Craig, but I've seen times where Torrey Craig's a little lackadaisical, then I've seen him just lock somebody up, man. Delon Wright was schooling everybody until Torrey Craig went there. He got him all the way down to the block, and Torrey Craig was right in front of him. He could do nothing 2 times in a row. Turned it over once, had to pass out another time, But then we've seen Jay Crowder go on these torrid shooting threes that I don't think Torrey Craig has in him. Do you think Torrey Craig could go 6 for 8? I don't think he could.
No.
So
I'm shocked by how well Torrey Craig is hitting the 3 right now.
Same. Just don't discount what Crowder's doing, because I don't think Craig can replace that yet. He needs to give him another year or 2.
Craig is a hand and glove fit in Phoenix.
I think he'll sign us. I think he'll sign an extension. Let's just put it that way.
He wanted to come here, right? I mean, Craig is 30. Oh man, they're both 30 years old.
That's plenty young.
They'll give him a nice
3 year
deal.
Give him
a nice 3 years, 2 years, 2 years.
I guess it's only because it's his. He played in the G League and stuff too, so that makes sense.
Nah, he's gonna stay here. He'll be one of the guys that signs long term.
Absolutely. I'd love to get him here. Give him one of those 3-year deals like they gave Javon Carter, right? Like he's 30, he's a role player, so he's not going to cost too much. That's just that dude is so good right now. It's perfect.
King wants to know if we think Jordan Bell is a good fit for the Suns. Man, I don't know enough about Jordan Bell. He seemed nice
I don't know about Jordan Bell.
He was with the Warriors, right?
Isn't he more undersized though? Let me look him up.
I mean, he seems to be a pretty decent guard. I just love our guards, man. I love
he's not a guard, he's a forward. He's
6'8". He's talking about
he's from Oregon. I mean, I like Jordan Bell. The dude is a monster.
We already have Sarge.
He's signing 10-day contracts left and right now. So I mean, if you're signing 10-day contracts, you aren't that good. Y'all noticed Damian Jones started the game and never came back in, signing a 10-day with Sacramento. So there's a reason he's signing.
He's 10 floating days around, man.
Yeah, I don't even want to add anybody else at this point with 17 games left. Don't even try to mess up the dynamic at all.
So, Can we talk about how Dario Saric went from one of the most loved players to one of the most hated, and traded places with DeAndre?
Hated? I wouldn't say. I mean, 8-4 tonight. Only played 12 minutes. I would say hated.
I mean, on his off nights, Suns Twitter gets pretty feisty.
Hey, he had a couple games there where he was just turning the ball over and missing every damn layup, though, for real. So
I feel like they flipped positions, honestly, because Dario was like that do no wrong guy. Like, oh, Dario's better than this and that, and it's like he goes through these streaks where he's like the fall guy, you know what I'm saying? For Suns Twitter. They're like, Sarge sucks, man. I've seen it. I see it all over the place, man.
Welcome back, Pedro. And we got Gio in the house, Jason.
Did we do shout-outs yet?
Burner. No. Burner's always here, and Elixity and Iverson Vlogs and King. We had the Blazers Uprise boys in earlier. You know, we always shout out you guys and appreciate what you guys do up there. Nicholas Munoz and Roy. Roy is so hard for Dwayne Bacon, you guys. He's saying we should trade everybody for
Dwayne
Crowder
Bacon.
For Bacon, Abdul Nader for Dwayne Bacon. But shout out Mac as well too. Who else we got? If I'm missing any of you guys, my bad. And just keep on Brendan King. What's going on, bro? Just keep on commenting. We'll keep shouting you out. So thank you so much. Like, share, comment, all that fun stuff, man.
Special shout out to No Sport Chop, who subbed. he finally gave us that sub that we've been looking for, man. We appreciate you. He's been around so much, I just assumed he was subbed to us, but he subbed to us last time. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was one of salty takes, but we're glad to have you, man. Glad to have you.
So can I take the L on something? I guess.
Well, let me give you a dub before you do. I wanted to shout you out and say you've been calling these games dead on.
Yeah, man. Right I should have been betting on these games, man.
But go on.
So I'll take the L, man, like a true man, like a real man. You got to admit when you're wrong. And
well, don't gloat about it. If you're going to take an L, don't get gloaty.
Hey, you gotta, yeah. Okay. So Javon Carter, I said he was trash, man. I take the L on that, man.
He was though at the time. I mean, he was awful. And now look at him.
Apparently EJ said he's been working on that jump shot, and you can tell, man. He's confident. Stroking it, looking like AI in his prime.
Looking like Langston Galloway in his prime.
Making you forget all about Langston Galloway. Guy's on a milk carton right now.
I got some post-game stuff when you're done. Go ahead.
Cool.
So shout out to Carter, man, because he brings it on the defensive end. He just is an energy guy. Some of the knocks that I had against him was missing open threes. Like, this dude's actively shooting over people and making his shots. So
some deep.
So hopefully,
threes,
hopefully that continues with him, because if it does, man, incredible. I mean, there's a reason why. I think that the coach he talked about it, because when he signed that contract, they look like father and son posing for pictures, and all of a sudden Javon Carter's out of the lineup, it's like, what? And then we're playing Etwan Moore and, Nader and stuff. And we're like, didn't we just sign this dude to a contract? And you guys looked all buddy in the picture and like, what's going on? And to get him back in the lineup, you could just tell that you can imagine what that was doing to him on the bench, knowing that he had that bench role and then all of a sudden it gets ripped away from you. I guess he put that work in because the coach talked about it. He said it was one of his biggest regrets is just kind of floating around that guard position and not establishing a lineup. And I think Javon was that spot the whole time. It was just he was struggling,
Yeah, he didn't really stick with him the way he stuck with Saric. He sticks with Saric like they've been, like they're married, like they're in a Catholic marriage and it's a sin to get a divorce.
Got to make it work. Got to make it work.
Like I got to make it with Saric, but Javon, you're bald headed. Get out of here. You get one bad game. Like I don't know what it was. He just threw him. He just threw him to the trash, bro. But we talk about it all the time. Him and Campaign on the court. There's just something there. Just like with Kaminsky and McHale, they just have crazy synergy. McHale had a good night. Can't forget to talk about McHale.
He did his job.
13 points.
He did his job. That's it. He did his job.
Right.
It was nothing spectacular, but he did his job for sure. And I felt like he was guarding De'Aaron Fox most of the night, and I didn't really see De'Aaron Fox until the second half, though. Then De'Aaron Fox went off.
Fox is like out of control a lot of the times, but he makes it work.
Yes.
When he's driving in the paint, it's like, holy shit, get out of the way.
He's so fast, man. But Campaign showed same sort of speed. He's just not as big, can't dunk like him, isn't the all-around player, but he's just as fast. Campaign tonight, folks. How did you like Campaign?
He seemed more in control tonight with his dribble. And I think the minutes reflected that, playing 18. He only had 8 points and 4 assists, but I felt like he made more of an impact than that, don't you?
Yes. Salty.
Mm-hmm. No, he was good. There's nothing really that stood out or either way, I don't think he had an incredible game, but he wasn't messing up. So it's just one of those times where you're just kind of doing your role. Cam Johnson, on the other hand, just goose egg for threes, but he did it on other
dunks.
That's the good thing. He was a -8 though. I mean, he's out there to make threes. Let's not get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what his role is, and it's good that he does the other things. But if you have a goose egg as a 3-point shooter, it's kind of, I don't know, because we talk about his shot, how pure it is, So he had an off night. That's cool, but I do like him getting to the rack. He's tall, man. He seems taller than whatever he's listed at.
6'8".
I think it's his hair.
Yeah. So I've got some interesting stuff from post game that I want to share with you guys, and this is coming from Gerald Bourgeau. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that name, but I know that he went to ASU and I followed him one of his times there, and then he's doing a Valley of the Sun stuff. Good follow for a lot of Phoenix Suns stuff. But check this out. Javon Carter on Ayton, he lived up to his nickname, Dominating. So they all know his nickname, and they're all happy about him. They started talking about how having Chris Paul, Booker, and Jay Crowder in there has really helped them develop. And DeAndre Ayton said he thanked Chris Paul after the game for trusting him late and told DA to continue to stay positive in the clutch. And when asked about his evolution, Ayton said it's been easy because he's got pieces around him. And this is what surprised me. The Suns organization has helped him learn how to be a better professional on and off the court, which was our biggest thing, because we all just thought he just wanted to go play PlayStation. He just really wasn't putting in the work. We've said that multiple times, but then Chris Paul on DeAndre Ayton closing it out tonight. I think it's big for all of us. These games build confidence and they build the trust. Said that kind of experience is important for the playoffs. So just a few tidbits here. I'm curious of what Monty said about him tonight, but just the fact that Ayton said that the Suns organization is both on the court and off the court helping him, that really surprised me.
God, I can't wait to.
I don't think it's a coincidence that this dude. You should look it up when it was announced that he had his kid. It just he turned into a man.
That was right before the 5-game road trip where he went to Miami, Orlando, then Tampa to play Toronto, and then Charlotte. That was right around then, and he threw up a stinker in that Miami game. But then all of a sudden, you saw a couple things come to life. That first game, no, he was. We had a game at home right before then, and it was a stinker for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But that's to be expected with a newborn. Ain't nobody doing their job right after having your first kid.
Mm-hmm.
But no, that's what I thought when it happened. I was like, man, maybe this will be the thing to change him around, and it changes you, doesn't it, Salty?
It does, man. Anybody that has a kid before the person you were before, you're not the same afterwards. So it does change you. I mean, does it make you unlock your basketball potential? I have no fucking idea, dude. It works in different ways, man.
It makes you care about your name and the perception of you because you want your kid to always look up to you. You know what I mean? So whoever in the chat has any kids, just hit a B. I want to see B for no apparent reason. I want to see who has kids and knows what we're talking about, because he's turning into a grown man finally.
Man, can we just take a look at this real quick?
Yeah, did y'all see Jaylen Brown's stat line? He went 17 for 20. That's insane.
Damn.
Who's guarding him? Jesus.
And ain't nobody to guard him now. Not with LeBron and their name. That's the thing about the Lakers, that they're supposed to have this one of the best defenses even without them. So when Ant and LeBron comes back, man, I'm worried.
Burner wants his kid to look down on him. Burner wants his kid to think he's a piece of shit that just stays up all night on Sun's podcast and doesn't work in the morning.
Facts. We got a lot of B's showing up, so shout out to you guys. So we appreciate you guys even more than some of these other ones that don't have kids, just because, me and Salty knows, being dedicated to a podcast or even listening to in a small community, we know what kind of strain that can be. So we appreciate you guys. Thank you.
He's no kid shaming right now, dude. Damn.
Shots fired.
He's like, and to all you schmucks without a kid, go fuck yourself.
Exactly. Oh man,
that's funny.
I just love seeing that Lakers L. They're not losing the way I thought they were going to, but they are losing. So they did lose tonight, so I'll take it. Just don't want them in the first round, man.
Just play our best basketball. We got to meet them eventually. If we do, we do.
Did you guys see that stupid ass Luka 3-pointer last night?
That
little
was
floater.
Weird looking. Jesus.
Some people were like, because I told you we had the discussion about Luka and where I'd rank him. I rank him pretty high, but some people were like on his nutsack on that three he made. Oh my god, it's the best fucking play I've ever seen in my life. Holy shit. And then it's like, I'm like, did we watch the same play? It looked like he was playing horse or something, like pure not thinking it was going to go in. It just goes in. It happens sometimes. It wasn't the best basketball play I've ever seen. Like, that was people on Suns Twitter that have a lot of followers. It's like, what? Did we watch the same play? Because I feel like he got under the defense and just yanked it up and it went in.
Yeah. He's got a lucky play, man, and everybody's blowing him over it.
Like, wow, dude.
It was cool.
Play I've ever seen.
I don't mind hating on him. I don't mind hating on him at all. That shit was pure luck. Pure luck. Falling forward, throws the ball straight up in the air, and it goes in, and then wants to beat his chest like he did that shit on purpose. Get out of here, dude.
He might as well just did like Cedric Ceballos and like put his elbow up, and or who was that? The dunked with their elbow over their eyes, where they're like putting their arms over their face.
No, it
That's
reminds
what
me.
follows.
On that. Yeah.
It reminds me more of when Isaiah Ryder
Indy
was
Brown.
saving the ball from going out of bounds, and he threw the ball behind his back
Yeah,
and
and
it
it
went
went
in.
in.
Yep.
It's like that level of luck. You know,
That was so cool, though.
Jason
That wasn't a
Joyce,
game winner.
No, not a game winner, but Jason Joyce makes a good point. He says Luka had 3 dudes open and he takes the worst shot possible, and everyone's like losing their shit over it. Like, yeah, what if he like? I don't know, man.
I know. So we're talking about scoreboard watching and all that stuff. There is a slew of games tomorrow that affect the Suns. A slew of them. Go to the scores and for tomorrow. We got a doozy to start the day out. If you guys want to do something during the day, the Pacers and Jazz, they play 1:00 Mountain Time, which is 2 for you.
Wow.
So that's kind of cool. You just turn on a game kind of in the middle of the day, and it's a game that is going to directly affect the Suns, and it's the Pacers. They're healthy. They've got everybody. Who knows what's going to happen? Thunder, not really. Scroll down a little bit. The Clippers and Sixers tomorrow, y'all.
Embiid's doing that work.
Yeah, man. He's going to do that work on Zubox too, and Ben Simmons hopefully can lock up either Kawhi or Paul George. So that's a good one. Obviously, the Pelicans and Wizards could potentially face the Pelicans at this point. We don't know yet. Hornets and Nets, Magic, Raptors, down a little bit more. You got the Grizzlies and the Bulls. That's another one that's going to affect our who we're going to play. The Nuggets and Rockets. Now they don't have Jamal Murray. How are they going to respond for a second straight game against the lousy Rockets? Heat and Timberwolves, and then you got the Blazers and the Spurs. So the Spurs are going to come off of a back-to-back to us, you guys. They're at San Antonio too, and they play a little bit of a late, kind of an earlier game, I guess. And then you got the Knicks and Mavericks. So there's a lot of NBA action tomorrow. What games are you looking at primarily, Gabe?
Now that you mention it, Spurs Blazers, like we're gonna watch that game. We're gonna watch that Blazers uprise pregame and postgame. Like that's a big game, but also definitely gonna keep an eye on this Jazz Pacers. Like, why is Utah at a negative at a -9.5 if the Pacers are healthy?
Why is it at so early in the afternoon?
Pacers haven't been playing good, dude.
Crazy, man. They remind me of the Celtics. So talented, but just underachieving.
Well, I wonder if Conley and Clarkson are going to play tomorrow. I'm looking up their stuff here. Clarkson is probable, but it looks like Conley is not on the list for tomorrow. I'll go up to the Pacers real quick because that's a game I would really love to see them lose, man.
No Miles Turner.
Damn.
That could be why.
Jazz gonna win probably then.
Dougie McBuckets could come in and throw some points up for them. Yeah, that sucks. DeMontis needs to do that work, but against Favors and Rudy, that's going to be tough for DeMontis Sabonis. But Brogdon and Karis LeVert could come out too, man. You know, that's why you play the game. You never know.
This Clippers Sixers game means everything as well. It's just
I think that's the game to watch tomorrow.
Oh yeah, for sure. Kawhi is questionable. Serge is out. Patrick Beverly is day to day. Still.
Imagine your last name is Scrub and you still make it to the NBA.
Dwight Howard is questionable. Ooh, Tobias Harris is questionable too. That would suck.
I can see the Mavericks losing to the Knicks tomorrow. I should put money on that.
Go Knicks.
Not that it matters much. I mean, I feel like the Mavericks are going to make it anyway, but I mean, it matters for seeding, I guess.
I just love seeing the Mavs lose.
These are all teams we could play. So if any of these 7 through 10 teams start getting hot, man, that's when I start to worry, especially right now.
Grizzlies 15, is the 16 team.
Games left.
You're really worried about the Grizzlies. Just stop, dude.
Bro, you don't remember how much of a mismatch they are with us.
They used to be a mismatch.
With Jaren Jackson, dude. He wasn't playing in all those games against us for the most part. Ja Morant goes off. Like, it just... I'm telling you, man, you're taking them for granted. It is all I got to say, because they're right there at the 8. They could easily move up to the 7. I don't think that they would just be how many games would we go if we played the Grizzlies if they moved up to the 7 slot?
Let me look here.
I'm just saying, what would in a 7-game series, what would be the outcome of that?
We'd win
Suns,
it in
Grizzlies.
We'd win it in 5.
I agree.
You think 5?
I do. I think they take a game, but bro, we are so different, man. Like I know Morant has a lot of talent and everything. And go ahead,
Gabe. They have the type of team that just is randomly going to have Jordan Brooks go off on us. They're randomly going to have
they don't have the horses that we.
Who's
do.
that punchable face dude from Duke, number 3?
Grayson Allen.
Grayson Allen. But over a 7-game series, I'm
not saying beat us in a 7-game series. I'm just saying give you a hassle. You know what I'm saying?
I think every team's going to give a hassle, man. There's not one team.
I'd be more worried about Memphis than I would Dallas, to be honest. But that's just me from a matchup standpoint.
From a matchup standpoint, I feel you, and I kind of agree. I mean, still out of all those teams, I'm more worried about New Orleans than all those. I don't want to play New Orleans.
New Orleans is a bad matchup for us too. So hopefully they stay on.
Matchup.
They need to stay on the outside.
Yes,
just stay over there. Zion's a fucking nightmare, dude.
So part of me wants San Antonio to also win tomorrow because they're only 2 games up on New Orleans.
I feel like San Antonio's like unintentionally trying to tank, dude. Like that's their
they got rid of LMA.
Yeah.
They're not going anywhere. They know better. Might as well get a better draft pick because remember the draft lottery now. Any team has a pretty good chance of getting that top pick. Anything's possible now.
Zion, what was it? Zylon Billiamson. Yeah, man. Gotta worry for Zylon.
And then you got Golden State where they have Steph Curry that can go drop 50 on you.
I'd rather not play them, but I think we work them. But
we would work. We would
work them, but
the Warriors are the one team I think we could beat 4-0. Believe it or not.
That would be amazing.
That's a hot take. Spicy.
No respect for Chef Curry.
Steph Curry's going to hear that take and he's going to fucking go off for 90.
They all hear us, man. We started bullying Gabe Von Carter and Heath showed out. We started bullying Ayton and he showed out. We talked shit on Booker. We talked shit on everybody and they all showing out.
Bully him to greatness. We need to have that on a t-shirt.
Yes.
Cyber bully to greatness or something like that.
Just have like a picture of the whole Suns team, everyone we've had to bullied, and it just says bullied to greatness.
Bullied to greatness.
That should be his new tattoo, man.
Seriously. Mm-hmm. No, we're definitely thinking about making some Valley Pod, even though we're a smaller podcast still. I mean, hell, we got 39 people in here watching. It feels like 2,000. I'll lie to myself and say it is 2,000. We got 40 now. That's basically 3,000.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about maybe making some t-shirts. Let us know if you guys want us to make a t-shirt. Would you guys buy a Valley Pod shirt and sport it around?
And just so you know, we wouldn't just make the Valley podcast. No.
We got
ideas.
We got ideas.
We got Microsoft Paint, dude. We're gonna scribble around in there, dude. It's gonna be hot.
My son just learned how to do markers.
Yeah. It'll be good. It'll be
sketch.
Good. Charles says a hat. Yo, I definitely have an idea for a fire hat.
They're like, nah, bro, pass.
Oh, look at what Shervin SF0 said. Y'all match up better with the Clippers. Can you tell us why?
That's a hot take, dude.
From the outside looking in, like I disagree too, but I'm curious as to why you think so.
Yo, but while you're thinking that up, Shervin, Burner says, Gabe, please make a I Survived Gabe's Basement shirt. That's kind of one of the...
No.
Don't tell him?
No.
I'd sport that.
Don't trust motherfuckers out here, man.
We got something better. Maybe we'll make that one too. We got something good. We're gonna have to. I'll put it this way: we're gonna have to share the proceeds with Suns Geek because he's gonna have to be in it. That's all I'll
Facts.
say.
He's a good man. He's a good man.
Sounds
that
kinky.
It isn't.
I mean,
Shervin, we don't want to play either of the LA teams, to be honest with you, but we're gonna have to. So whatever happens, happens. But I'm still curious to see why you think we match up better with the Clippers, because they've lit us up 2 games in a row, man.
Valley crop top.
Valley crop top, I like it.
All right,
Valley
let's go.
podcast crop top. That's hot.
Booty shorts.
Yes.
And then we'll get once we get back tattoos, then we know we've made it.
Back tattoo.
The lower back tattoo.
Yep.
Valley podcast tramp stamp. Holla.
Fat head. That's the OnlyFans special right there.
Yeah. You got to be an OnlyFans member for that.
So we're kind of running out of a few things to talk, so we might close it out soon. But I did want to say that winning these close games like this is what Chris Paul said really helpful for the playoffs. And I thought about it, and I looked on Facebook Suns, and God, I wish I didn't even look. Facebook cesspool Suns stuff is ridiculous. People being pissed off about not winning as much as we should. And yeah, they're a lesser team, but me and Salty were trying to reason with all of you that the Kings are way better than their record. They just do some dumb shit like they did tonight. But having them or watching them close out in the manner that they did was so pleasing to me. It was not ISO book. We didn't have pick and rolls at the top. It looked like they were actually, oh my God. I mean, we have to now.
That's the comment of the night, dude. You're muted,
We
bro.
have
You're
to.
muted. He's just dreaming right now. He's like, that's been my dream.
It's got my head at the tip of the condom and a little chat bubble that says, "We're gonna win every game from here until 2028."
Oh my God.
Man,
Well,
Where do you go from there?
he said a Valley podcast Crocs collab. We'll hit Crocs up and see what they think.
Valley podcast thongs.
No, Pedro, I'm good. I'm just dying laughing, bro. And
Jesus.
I might have consumed something during the game that's
You've never done anything illegal in your life. Come on.
not illegal. No,
You are perfect. You're
Never
a perfect
illegal.
citizen.
Oh man, but yeah, Shervin, I don't know, man. We're all scared of the 2 LA teams. That's really pretty much our only fears now. Now that we've handled Utah and the Nuggets are diminished, is that fair to say?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I see what you're saying, but they've torched us doing that 2 times in a row.
Yeah, they have our number. I'm officially worried about them.
I think it all flies out the window once the playoffs start, dude.
Maybe.
Honestly. 1 through 8. Then there's the seeding games.
Mikal Bridges is going to score 40 in a playoff game, though.
Here's what I consumed. All right, just a Swisher Sweet cigarillo, nothing inside that doesn't come inside of it. I didn't.
You're so dumb, man. Nobody smokes Swisher Sweets by themselves.
I mean, that's what I did.
A cigarillo? What the fuck is that?
What?
I've never had a cigarillo, dude.
Bro, next time I see you, we'll smoke
Bro.
cigarillos with nothing in it. Nothing that isn't naturally already in it already.
Shit's legal here. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's basically legal here in Austin, bro. But
So what do y'all think of the Spurs? The first time we've played them, it's weird. We still have 2 teams we haven't played yet. And
this
the next
late
of the Spurs.
season, yeah.
When's the game? When's the Spurs game?
Saturday, man. Are you going to be able to make it? Are you going to be good?
Tell everybody what's going on tomorrow.
No, I'm just
Salty
having a procedure
needs some prayers.
for my heart.
They're removing his penis tomorrow, and
Yeah.
I, for one, am worried about him.
It's just too massive. They got to lower the size. I have to wrap it around my waist. It's just a pain in the ass.
I was gonna say it's too small, and they've tried everything to make it bigger, and they just decided, look, you're better off without one.
Without one, we're just done. Yeah.
Tell them what's up tomorrow, man.
Tomorrow's just I'm getting a heart procedure thing. It's not like actual, like they're not splitting my heart, my chest cavity open like it's the Alien movie. No, we're not doing that. It's endoscopic, so they're gonna just go into like a hole that's already there, mainly my penis hole, probably. And then they're gonna go up to my heart because I've been having irregular stuff and a fast heart rate, so they're gonna try to fix that by burning nerves there. It's supposed to be outpatient, so that's my day tomorrow.
And we got we finally bring him on. We got our official podcast mascot up here. Who's this, Gabe?
This is Lila.
She's Dalmatian.
I don't know if you guys could hear. She was going ham at the door trying to get in, so I figured I'd bring her in. But bro, they're not really going through your penis hole, are they? Don't joke about that.
I don't know. They're going somewhere where,
dude. I'd rather fucking die if they were like, yo, look.
It only hurts at first. You just got to spit on it first.
You know, like, honestly, if whatever they're doing, because I read up on it, and they're apparently sometimes they can keep you awake, because that's the new thing in medicine is they want to keep people awake and not put them out if they don't have to. I'd be like, dude, you better fucking knock me out, dude. I will not have this happen with me awake. Can you imagine? They're like, all right, we're going to go through your penis hole up to your heart. Don't worry about it. We're going to be here for a couple hours.
As they start pulling some string, like, don't worry.
I'm just sitting there.
You hear a chainsaw start up. Don't worry, sir.
Then they're commenting on my dick size. Oh, well, that's unprofessional.
Shit. No.
Anyway, that's what I have to look forward to tomorrow.
Now I know why you never show your face on the Valley podcast, said the doctor that put you out.
Yeah, he's like, oh, man, this is what I'm talking about. Oh, he's not out? Oh, shit, sorry.
Anyways, we play the Spurs, and we don't know if Salty's going to be with us. So please, y'all, wish him and his junk the best of luck tomorrow, please.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Well, they said it was outpatient, but I don't know how I'm going to feel, so we'll see.
So we're not done with our homestand. I don't know why. I thought we were already starting.
One more.
Okay, so we have almost escaped this a perfect 5-0, like Salty said we needed to do. You know, considering
I said we were going to do that. I think that.
I said we needed to. He said we're going to.
Yeah.
I said we'd lose a mystery game.
I thought it was this one. I thought we were going to lose to the Kings.
I thought it was Miami.
I think we're going to smack San Antonio.
I'm starting to think that we're good on this trip. I think I'm with Salt.
Don't start to think
it's your fault, Gabe.
Patty Mills is a dude that scored 22 on us and has killed us. You know what I mean? Stupid crap like that always happens, man. Lonnie Walker could go off or whatever. Like, I'm not too worried about DeMar DeRozan because I just feel like we have so many dudes we could throw out their best player. It's everybody else, man.
We're okay, dude. Like, we should be just fine. I mean, we have the thing about us is we have so many horses.
Yes,
just too many horses. How many horses y'all got? Sorry, we have 15 we can go to. And if one of them's not hitting, like, we've got a dude on our bench who I would not be surprised if he could win the NBA 3-point contest. Langston.
I mean, he's probably the best pure shooter in the game
outside of
team. You weren't talking about sticks? My bad.
No. Langston. I think Langston is probably the best 3-point shooter on our team. Purely just 3-point shooting, and he can't even play. So, like, we just have too much for teams like this, in my opinion. That's what I've been seeing from the Suns.
But we also haven't seen them yet. There could be a feeling out period. It could be closer, but I mean, we should win. We're expected to. They're 26 and 27. They're not world beaters by any means. They're falling down. What have they done recently? And they're like their last 10. Yeah, dude. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They've lost 6 out of their last 8 games.
Damn. That's not like them.
7 out of their last 10. Yeah. Just they're going in the wrong direction. They're going to be coming off of a back-to-back. Just beat San Antonio, man. That's all that matters. Just beat San Antonio.
That's it, man. Get her done.
I couldn't agree more, man. Thank you, everybody in the chat, for coming and hanging out. We love you guys. So fun to watch these Suns games, get these dubs, then get to come in here and have conversation
40.
with you guys about it. You know, 40, 15, a very fun round number. You know what I'm saying? So, Salty, where can they find you if you live through this surgery?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter, saltiest_gaming, and then saltiest AZ fan. That's it.
Coach.
At Coach Evan B on Twitter.
You guys can follow me at Gabe Von Carter. You guys can follow the podcast at Suns Valley Pod. Man, we will see you guys Saturday. How many days? 2 days? 2 days
Saturday,
away?
8 o'clock.
Can't wait,
local
man.
time.
Let's get this dub. Let's go 41-15. Everybody have a great night. Suns win. Suns win.
Go Suns.
Let's get ready to rumble! Barkley, 24, yeah!
The Suns are here. The Suns are here.
The champ is here! The champ is here! The champ is here! 22.5. Book on the crossover. Gets inside and hammers it down.